So the struggle of not having a laptop because I don't know if you can see all of my face or anything right now, so I have to take a test shot. Fun. I don't even know how to say this. Hello YouTube! It's been 7 months. I'm sorry. I've been ridiculously busy, and I know that everyone's busy all the time, so it's not really an excuse, but I'm even busy right now. I should be doing plenty of other stuff that I'm not doing right now, so this is how much I love you, and I want to keep this going. It's the same thing with journaling. I just don't, I'm not good at keeping up with stuff. But it's almost summer, I'm almost out of school, and I plan on doing so many more of these, and it makes me really happy. And speaking of summer, I happen to be a senior in high school right now, so this is a huge life milestone for me, which is going to be great. I actually plan on taking a year off next year. Usually the responses I get to that are either like, oh my gosh, good for you, figuring stuff out, blah blah blah. So many other countries just do that anyways and have a gap year or whatever. And then other people are like, be careful, you need to make sure you go to school, you go back to college, you go to blah blah blah. It's so funny because there's like no in between. It's always one or the other. And I can talk more about that in another video sometime because I'm sure that that's another topic that I could talk about for forever. But I am writing music, and I have been trying to find time to record it, but I figured that this was not more important. I wanted to do this so that you guys had this to, I don't know. See, this is how unorganized I am. Last time I just felt like I was rambling, so this time I made a thing of what I wanted to talk about because I know that if I don't stick to it, I'm gonna ramble like I'm rambling about sticking to it. So I'm gonna get back to it. So you may have noticed that I am not wearing makeup right now. That is kind of what I am going to be talking about most of this video. First of all, I want to tell you guys that I am Catholic, and I am very proud of that fact, and part of me was really worried about talking specifically, like, I didn't want to like hide it or anything, I just didn't want to be like, hey, I'm Catholic, woo. I don't know why I didn't want to do that, because it is something that I'm very proud of, and I think I was just worried that there was gonna be people that would like my videos and for some reason would not want to watch them because I am Catholic or whatever. In that case, I don't care. These videos are going to be watched by whoever they need to be watched by, and feedback is going to be feedback, but whatever. And I also have even more friends and family members and people that I know that are specifically making Catholic videos, and I love that. I love that so much. I just need to get over this anxiety that builds up in me whenever I think about talking about my faith on YouTube because it just terrifies me. But I'm gonna do it because I know that it's something that I just need to be open about and everything. So with that, I am very deeply involved in going on retreats. I give talks at retreats. By the end of the summer, I think I will have given 7 or 8 talks this year alone, even at just giving witnesses to youth group or going to retreats and giving talks that I wrote out or whatever, which is awesome because the whole me talking and wanting to like journal in these videos thing, even though I wasn't making these videos, I was making talks, and that helped me in the same way that I wanted everything to. So I've been getting something out of that, but you guys haven't. And I actually posted a video of one of my talks on YouTube, but I made it private because I hadn't mentioned that I was Catholic yet or whatever, and I didn't want to just be like, bam, talking about God. Nah, it was just, I was getting all worried about it, and I didn't need to be. So I will probably make that available to everyone after this. And it was really cool actually because that video, I made it private so that only people who had the link could watch it. So I posted it on my Facebook and people were sharing it, and that video ended up actually getting more views while it was private than a lot of my videos have been when they were public, if that goes to show anything. I don't know. I want to make it public, but I also wanted to make this beforehand. Anyway, so this is Monday. So 2 weekends ago, I was part of another retreat. It happens twice a year, and I love this retreat. And this time I was the teen director for it, so I gave like the beginning talk and the ending talk. I kind of welcomed everyone into the weekend. It was Friday through Sunday, high school retreat. Whenever the youth minister gives us a talk to work on, she always gives us a goal, whether it's like go to adoration once before you give the talk or before the retreat, or say a prayer for this, or she gives us something spiritual to do leading up to it. She had given me the focus of picking something that was either going to be sacrificial or it was going to be committing to some sort of prayer leading up until the retreat. And she did this a while before the actual retreat, and it was like the end of Lent, and I was like, I gave up a lot of stuff for Lent. I mean, to me at least, it was difficult for me. I gave up snacking on anything but fruit. I gave up all social media, and I added a daily rosary. So that was a heavy load for me. I didn't think it was going to be as difficult as it was, but it was also a lot more powerful for me, which was great. Like, it was a struggle, but the struggle made it all the more valuable and rich and everything. Anyway, at the time, like, it was almost Lent, I was like, okay, I'm almost done. I can use Facebook, I can use all this stuff. And then she was like, oh, make another commitment. And I was like, what? I either have to just like continue doing something that I've been doing that I was gonna be done doing, or I have to add something on and do something else when I was gonna be done. Like, but I shouldn't have been thinking that way. I like made a decision like, okay, I'm gonna do this, and then spring break happened and I did not do any of it. And then the retreat came along and I was like, oh gosh, like I didn't pray for the people on the retreat, I didn't whatever. So at my last talk, when I was talking about this is you guys going back into the world, this retreat has been to prepare you for the rest of the world and everything, I was talking about that, and I was talking about not letting failures in that step hold you back from getting back on the horse. Like, you're not a terrible person if you happen to not do it for a week or whatever. In order to be an example of that concept, I told them, I was like, guys, I epically failed at this challenge that I was supposed to do leading up to this retreat. So because I didn't follow through on that part of my agreement or whatever, I told them for the next 2 weeks I'm going to not wear makeup. And everyone just started cheering. It was really funny. I wasn't expecting that. But I actually got the idea from my cousin, Shoeless Joe, shout out, who is the main person who kind of got me wanting to make videos like this. He has multiple videos about Lent, and in one of them he was talking about kind of, extreme things that you can do if you're ready for that next step, if you're ready for an extreme step and like giving something up or whatever. And so he was talking about like, guys, like, because he did this, he shaved his head for Lent, like he did that every year, and then I think he was like, no, I'm not gonna do it this year, and then he's like, no, I gotta do it this year. So he shaved his head and doesn't normally have like a buzz cut or something, so he usually has a decent amount of hair, so it was a like big sacrifice, I think. And so he was like, guys, you can do that too, and girls, like, if that is like, because that would be a little bit extreme for most girls, obviously. Some girls, sure, go ahead and do that, but girls, like, go all Lent without makeup. And when I actually saw that video, I was like, oh, I should have done that. I probably could have for the rest of Lent at that point that I was at, but that's just not where I was at. So it has been a week and 2 days since I have worn makeup last, and while that didn't seem like a long time to me to not wear makeup, I knew that it was going to be a struggle, so obviously I was like, okay, this is enough that I can not wear makeup. And the point of it was to offer it up for the kids that were going to be going back into the real world and struggling with like, oh, I was totally into my faith this weekend, and now the real world is like crashing down on me and forcing me to come back into this other form that I was in when I didn't know about all this stuff or whatever. And so every time that I get anxious about not wearing makeup or it's a struggle or whatever, like, I just offer that up for all of those kids that are going back into the world and struggling with all that kind of stuff. Side note, I'm stupid and I talk too long, so I'm gonna split this into 2 videos. So this is the end of the first video. The rest of my makeup video will be on another one that'll be coming soon. Tell me if there's stuff that you want me to talk about, and I will talk about it because I love talking about stuff, and I will probably find a reason to talk about it for 2 hours if I can, because I like to talk, but I will try to, then I'll cut out all of this stuff. Why is it raining so hard? Guys, this is terrifying. Comment, subscribe if you want to. I'm not pushy. Just watch for more videos because there will be more, I promise. I'm writing music. I have a Mac to record stuff now and edit stuff in awesome ways, and I'm super excited. I know there's at least like 3 songs that are in the works right now. One that I performed at my vocal recital that I mentioned, and then one that I just wrote the other night, which I am like blown away. Like I get teary-eyed when I listen to it myself, and then another one that I've been wanting to cover for a while. So stuff is coming. I promise. I will try my best to fit it into everything and getting ready to move out and blah. But thank you again, and watch the next video when it comes out, which will hopefully be very shortly after this one does. So, okay, love you. Enjoy me goofing up. Bye. I think the frame is good and everything. I don't want to lean up against this though. Does this work? Yes? See? Or maybe this lighting. It might be way too dark. I don't know. We're gonna see. Yes? No? Maybe? I'm going to talk like this. I'm gonna use up all my memory just doing this. Blah blah blah.